Wonder Woman 1984 opens with a flashback scene in which the young Diana, who of course will become Wonder Woman later in life, is competing in a highly physical and skilled competition with fellow Amazonians. Even at a very young age, she is clearly the most skilled of the group, but her impulsive nature and desire to win cause her to stumble, and she loses her position in the games. The only way to get back in front is to cheat by taking a shortcut. When she is prevented from making it to the finish line by Antiope, she feels that the victory she deserved has been taken from her. There are a couple of things that the impetuous young woman is meant to learn here. By taking a shortcut, she would have won the tournament, but she would also have lost her honour, as well as stealing the victory away from the person who truly deserved it. Refusing to do things properly, in the right way, not only hurts oneself, but others too. Sometimes in life, often in fact, we lose. But that's life. Finding a way to accept that loss is what makes us stronger. These are the two lessons that Diana must learn during the film. Accepting loss and not taking the easy path to get what we want. Which brings us to the element of the story that has perhaps raised the most controversy, the return of Steve Trevor. The film centres on a MacGuffin that grants wishes. When Diana happens to wish for Steve to return, her wish is granted. But a consequence of using said MacGuffin to get your heart's desire is that it takes away that which is most precious to you. This particular element is key to understanding the reasons for why Steve is returned in the way that he is. The love of Diana's life is not simply returned to her, but rather he is returned to her within the body of another man currently living in the world. The reason Diana's wish brought Steve back into someone else's body was to compromise Diana's sense of morality. Don't forget that the stone grants your wish whilst also taking away your greatest assets. For Diana, that's not just her powers, but her compassion and love towards humanity. As long as she is prepared to let Steve live, it means allowing another person to be extinguished, thereby compromising everything she believes in. This is what the film is all about, right from that opening scene. If you take shortcuts to get what you want, people suffer, and you throw away that which makes you the best version of yourself. As long as Diana allows Steve to live, she is not learning from the mistakes she made in that opening scene, which means someone else will suffer and she will no longer be who she is meant to be. We are told in Matthew chapter 7 verses 13 to 14 that we should enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Diana has to learn to find satisfaction in where she is at, by accepting loss, rather than taking the easy route to fix it. She has to take the narrow road. She does this by letting go of Steve Trevor. Once she does this, she is then able to guide the rest of the world down that same narrow path, at a time in history, the mid-80s, that is famous for people taking what they want, when they want it, whether or not they deserve it. As the iconic character Gordon Gekko famously proclaimed in Oliver Stone's Wall Street, "Greed is good." Well, greed comes as a result of wanting more than you have and being willing to do anything to get it, even if it means taking the easy route. We see this in the characters of Maxwell Lord and Barbara Minerva. They both take the broad road to the wide gate in order to get what they want. But it is Wonder Woman who is the first to take the narrow road, the hard road, the road that leads to life. In doing so, she is able to inspire others to follow. This is what makes her a hero. Not her superpowered abilities or her lasso of truth, but her desire to do what is right, no matter the personal cost. Do you often find yourself taking the easy route to get what you want? Have you done what is easy instead of what is right? If so, ask yourself, Do I wish to remain on the road that leads to destruction, or do I want to take the road that leads to life?